Steve
Nice.
Witkoff, again, just an incredible week. Met with Netanyahu yesterday. A little bit of reporting out of there, trying to get Netanyahu to agree to phase two. Lots going on with Gaza and Hamas. Second, now negotiating over Israel. I mean, over Ukraine and Russia. High stakes talks, and then he's supposed to meet with Iran. The president yesterday suggested the Iranians are reportedly asking for the negotiations to change. And you heard the president obliquely reference this in the Oval Office yesterday. The Iranians want the talks to focus only on the nuclear program. They don't want to talk about ballistic missiles or terrorism. And the U.S. would prefer otherwise. And they're trying to move the location. I don't know why they care where the talks are. But those talks are, as of now, scheduled to be on. So Steve Witkoff negotiating three high-stakes matters all in 1 week for a guy who, we hadn't heard of 3 years ago. It's pretty extraordinary. I want to polymarket a couple things pertaining to what Mr. Witkoff's up to. First, will he meet with Iranian officials before the end of this month? Number 105, Polymarket says this, 78% chance, and again, it could happen in a couple days, and you can see it's been higher, it's been lower, currently sitting at 78%. And then here's another Polymarket on the question of Russia-Ukraine, ceasefire by the end of the year, 117. 46% chance to be a ceasefire by the end of this year. And of course, there could be one, and then it could be violated. We shall see. As I said earlier, the president spoke to Xi today. Xi talked to Putin today. And Putin's had some remarks in the last 24 hours as well as more attacks on Ukraine during this very cold period. Larry, just
Yes.
give us your thumbnail on all three. How are Witkoff's three missions likely to look by the Super Bowl?
I'm going to stick by the Super Bowl. That's in 4 days, right?
Yeah.
I am. Is there such a thing as skeptically optimistic?
Sure.
Listen, this administration, they pulled off the Abraham Accords. I didn't expect that to happen. They pulled off a lot of deals that I didn't expect. I am concerned and very skeptical about what conversations are happening with Iran and what could amount to that, what that could come to. I guess the president wants to do things that his predecessors were incapable of doing. And if that means reaching some sort of legitimate peace deal with places like Iran, I guess that's something he's interested in. I just don't see how it works as long as that regime is in place. And I remain exactly where I have been with Putin and Russia and Ukraine, which is it's all based on Moscow right now. And right now indications are that they're not playing ball.
Yeah. Haima.
Yeah, I kind of want to just copy and paste what Larry said.
Okay.
But look, no, I think when I look on Iran, I completely agree. On China, I'm happy that the conversations are opening up. The Russia part, I part of me thinks that Putin's just sort of trying to wait the president out. I don't think we're going to really accomplish anything over the next year. I don't think there's going to be ceasefire. I don't think that Putin's going to come to the table in a thoughtful manner, and I'm not sure how turbulent that's going to make the relationship between Putin and Trump going forward. But President Trump was very clear in the Oval Office yesterday. He wants this war to end, and he was unequivocal about it. And so I don't know. I don't trust Putin. I don't trust Russia, and it does not seem like they have any incentive as it stands to move forward with ending this war, having a ceasefire. And look, as much as we can, President Trump has three more years. He is moving into a lame duck status in some way, and this is his last term, and so I trust Putin less because of that.
Yeah, but Larry, before you jump back in, just two quick things. Go back to the previous headline if you can.
I wanted to ask you about that headline.
So here's the Reuters. Here's one Reuters headline. Then you'll jump back to the previous one. One Reuters headline: China, Xi, and Trump talk by phone, according to Chinese state media. No readout from the American government yet. And then the previous headline: Xi and Putin hail ties in video calls. Ukraine war nears anniversary. So the fact that those three now so Xi talked to Putin and Trump talked to Xi. There's no Trump-Putin call yet, right. But the fact that those three guys are talking again, they're carving up the world here.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.